Hi everyone! Today we're going to look at the delivery of your business presentation. You need to bear in mind that no matter how well you have structured your business presentation, if you do not deliver it well, your business presentation is not going to be effective. So today we will look at clarity, speed, gestures and facial expression, eye contact, and poise. Let's begin.
Let's start by looking at clarity. When you deliver your business presentation, it's important that you speak clearly. Don't mumble, don't slur, don't whisper, and most importantly, don't swallow your words. You need to ensure that everyone in the room is able to hear you, regardless of how big the room is. Project your voice, but don't shout. When you shout, you are just stressing your vocal cords, and it doesn't sound very pleasant. So, project it so that your audience is able to understand what you're trying to tell them and receive the information that you are trying to convey. Use a variety of tone and pitch. Sometimes you may want to stress on certain words and certain points, so you will have to use different pitch and tone. Listen to how I say these few expressions. For example, why? Why do people even want to buy a product like this? So you stress on the word why, and your pitch will go up and down. Or people wonder, is this really the product that they want to purchase? See how I do it? This is what you can do. Don't use a monotonous voice. What does it mean by monotonous? When you speak in a monotonous tone, your voice is flat, almost dead. What happens is your audience will lose their attention and they feel really bored with your presentation. So project your voice, speak clearly, use a variety of tone and pitch. Let's talk about speed. When we talk about speed, we are referring to how fast you should deliver your business presentation. The first thing for you to know is the duration that's given to you for this business presentation that you're about to deliver. Once you know how long you are given, then you can adjust the content accordingly. Therefore, don't rush, and neither should you speak deliberately slowly. When you rush, your audience will not be able to understand what you're trying to say, and if you speak too slowly, your audience will get impatient because they're waiting for what you're going to say next. Be natural and speak at a moderate pace. Use pauses when you can. There are two reasons why you should use pauses. First of all, you can use pauses to replace fillers. What are fillers? Many presenters like to say, So instead of doing that, you can pause. Just like how I'm pausing when I'm delivering this lecture. Secondly, when you use pauses, pauses will help to bring your audience attention back to you. So when you're speaking and suddenly you just pause and look around at your audience, they are bound to look and pay attention to what you're trying to say. So try it at home. So next, let's look at gestures and facial expression. Now, what are gestures? Gestures refers to your hand movement. And facial expression, of course, whether you're smiling or you put on a serious face. So, we look at gestures first. Why do we need gestures? Gestures help you to gain your audience attention, right? It attracts your audience attention and it helps you to emphasize on points. There may be certain points which are important and you want to stress on it. So gestures help you to do that. Or you could want to describe an item or a product, and therefore, gestures help you to help the audience imagine the product which you are describing, of this size, of this height. And sometimes we even use numbers, right? If you are, for example, telling your audience that there are 2 million people, so you would probably show the number 2. But bear in mind, remember, too many gestures can be very distracting, especially unnecessary gestures. So what are unnecessary gestures? Gestures which are your habits due to your nervousness. For example, holding your collar, touching your hair. And there are certain presenters who do this habitually without realizing that they are actually doing it. Adjusting their hair, touching their chin. So what are we talking today? And the next point. And do you know? So that is actually unnecessary gestures. But there is also one thing that you need to remember. Don't be too stiff. You are not supposed to memorize or practice your gestures too much, because then you would look very unnatural. Never do this, guys. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm here to present to you. Don't you think it looks very unnatural? Be yourself. When you feel that you need to gesture, then gesture. If you feel that you do not need to point or emphasize on a certain thing, put your hands together. Or you could even hold your cue cards. Don't forget.
Use appropriate facial expressions when you are delivering your business presentation. What exactly is appropriate? Should you smile or should you be serious all the time? The key is to strike a balance. You can't be smiling all the time, and neither can you be serious the whole time from the beginning of your presentation to the end of your business presentation. When you are presenting data or information or serious news that you would like to share with your audience, perhaps you shouldn't be smiling and you should keep a straight face. But at the same time, if you're actually using some kind of humor, or if it is an anecdote that's quite funny in nature, of course you can laugh or you can smile. So strike a balance in terms of your facial expression. Make sure that your facial expression matches your tone as well as the content. A pleasant facial expression would make your audience feel more comfortable while listening to your business presentation. So, another important aspect of your delivery is eye contact. When you deliver your business presentation, look at your audience. It's really important for you to keep your eye contact with your audience, as this builds rapport. It builds a relationship between the presenter and the audience. However, you cannot look at only one individual, because what happens is the rest of them will feel neglected. So you need to look at everyone, including the one in front of you. What you can do is look at the people on the right side, and once you have enough time looking at them, you can look at those on the left, then look at the audience in the middle. So alternate your eye contact. Don't do it too frequently though. Do it as naturally as possible, and at times you probably have to look back at the ones in front. If you look at everyone, they would feel and they would be able to sense your enthusiasm and sincerity. A good eye contact will also show your audience confidence in terms of the presenter. Never forget that. If you feel too nervous looking directly into your audience or someone's eye, and you feel that just gives you the jitters, what you can do is look in between the eyes, the nose perhaps, or the bridge of the nose. It's pretty close, but it also shows that you have eye contact with the audience. That's one tip that you can remember. So finally, let's look at poise. Poise refers to your body and how you project your body to the audience. How do you stand? Now imagine a presenter coming in to give a presentation slouching. Don't you think that is not a very good impression? Would you think positively of the presenter? No. So don't face the display screen. Many presenters read from the display screen. When you do that, are you talking to the audience or are you talking to the screen? And at the same time, when you are facing the display screen, there goes your eye contact. You would have lost your eye contact with the audience and you won't be able to build rapport with your audience. Now, don't obscure the screen. Obscuring the screen means you are blocking the projector and the screen, so your audience will not be able to watch or see what you have projected on the screen. What you can do is to stand on one side of the screen, either on the left or on the right. Be relaxed and natural. By being relaxed and natural, that doesn't mean you be casual. When you stand like this, it only shows that you are not interested and you're not professional. So you still have to stand straight, but you do not need to be too stiff. You can be comfortable with yourself. However, remember that you're not supposed to walk around and expect your audience to follow you. Never ask your audience to follow you from the left to the right. That would be very distracting and annoying. Stay in one spot. If you have to move, you can move one step to the left, or you might want to move one step to the right as you are pointing to your display screen. If you need to approach your audience closer, you can take 1 or 2 steps to the front and talk to them and be more personal. And if you need to look at everyone, just take 1 or 2 steps to the back and address the whole crowd. Keep an eye on the audience body language to know if they are receptive to your presentation. If they look bored or if they look like as though they do not understand what you're presenting, then do something about it.
Alright everyone, so you have come to the end of the business presentation delivery. The golden rule is be natural and relax. Speak clearly so that your audience will be able to hear you. And in order to build rapport with your audience, maintain eye contact. Practice a natural and friendly facial expression and maintain a confident and relaxed posture. Remember to be aware of your gestures. Your head, your hands, and your arms all matters. And finally, be confident, be professional, and enthusiastic. Now that you have learned how to deliver your business presentation, why don't you try it today? Thank you.